It's the
Hello.
first episode
Hello.
of Barbers and Boxing. I'm Luke. I own Cheltenham Barber Lounge, and I'm the director of UK Barber Lounge Limited. Anyone that comes into my shop is going to know one thing. All I talk about is boxing. It's the only sport I follow. And I've missed having a laugh in the barber shop, so me and my friends thought, fuck it, we'll have a laugh and we'll get talking about boxing as if we would down at the barbers. So this week is the first show in the UK for the year, and it's a Josh Warrington fight. What do you boys think of it?
Well, it could be a potential banana skin, I think, for Warrington. I don't really know much about the kid, to be honest. Looking at, had a quick look at his record. Obviously, with some of the fights that he's already had, not too many big names or any real names at all, to be honest. So it could be one of them nights where it's going to be a quick win, but there's statements of like an easy fight, just but that's what it could be as well, to be honest. It could just be one that Eddie's thrown in there for him to get him up and running again. Because how long has it been out of the ring for?
15 months he's been out the ring for.
15. So it's probably going to be one of those nights, to be honest. And does it? Yeah, I guess he probably deserves one of them. Just get himself back in the ring, bit of ring rust off, and yeah, so see what happens really. But you never know. This kid could come and do some damage.
Well, you know, Mexicans are known to be tough as old boots, aren't they? And you know, just part of me thinks that, you know, 15 months out the ring, Josh Warrington is known, you know, big fight nights. You know, he fills at Ellen Road. You know, he's had massive domestic fights with Selby and Frampton. You know, no crowd. You know, without his lead fans there, against opponents he might find it hard to get out of bed for. You never know.
That is the one thing I do like, to be honest.
I think it's the fight. I think it's the fight he needs to take at the moment. He's had 15 months out of the ring. His past two fights before that were phenomenal wins. I don't know, maybe not one, but the two before that, Selby and Frampton. Yeah. You know, he's defended the belt after that twice, I believe. 15 months out, a lot of boxers haven't fought, so I don't know when this last guy was in the ring beforehand. But yeah, it's one of them. And the truth is, it's going to be a Matchroom card, isn't it? If it goes to points, he's going to win it, isn't he? So you've got to hope the Mexican, if the Mexican's got any chance, he's got to finish him. But yeah, no, it could be a good fight. Could just be it'd be a good fight to watch. Because Josh Warrington fights are always exciting to watch, I find.
Yeah, I think he's brilliant.
I don't think he'll win by knockout. I just think he'll win 12 rounds quite convincingly for me.
They're just, you know, it's quite funny though, because he's going into this as the former IBF World Champion. He's been the belt.
But for me, that shows how seriously he's taken his career. Really, you know, he's willing to give up that belt to go down a different route. Yeah, not a lot of people do that.
No, I take that off him for it, really. You know, sanctioning bodies, their politics getting in the way of the fights the fighters want and the fights that, you know, us the fans want to see. And he's just gone sod it, throw it in the bin. Yep. And hopefully after this fight, you know, call it what it is, a warm-up fight, get the ring rust off, we get to see the fights, you know, we want to see in it.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching him against Galahad.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That was a great fight. I don't even really think that he won that, to be honest. It's one of them.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's one of them where it depends what you look for in the game, really, isn't it? So, but no, I enjoyed that. So you look at the fights that, again, another one that I thought he was going to lose to Selby. I thought Selby was going to be too slick, and he comes out and just does the job. So it could end up that he's going to end up being one of those fighters that he just finds a way and just gets through it.
He's proved his worth, isn't he? The Selby fight, I didn't think he was going to win that, but also I don't think Selby was as good as people made him out to be.
No, I thought he was really slick, but then watching his last few fights,
the big one for me was Carl Frampton. You know, I'm a huge Carl Frampton fan, and you guys probably spoke to me before the fight. I just didn't give Warrington a chance, and he won it convincingly.
Yeah,
it was a war. It was a war, but he won it convincingly for me.
I didn't think he would beat either of us, to to be honest. I thought Selby would be too slick.
Yeah, so did I.
And I thought Frampton, you know, he would have too much experience, be too strong. And first round came out when they had Frampton in the back foot. It was a brilliant display.
And you got, you know, look at Frampton's record as well. He's been in there with the best, hasn't he? He's gone over to America and beat Leo Santa Cruz, you know, getting a win against Frampton. I know Frampton's kind of coming towards, well, the back end of his career, but at the time, it was a fantastic win for him,
Absolutely.
for Warrington. And for me, that put him on the map.
Yeah,
I didn't think he'd get past European, to be honest, when I first started watching him.
No, but you know, he started off on the, you know, real small hall, non-televised shows. He's one of the few pros that hasn't had massive backing, and he's made it. You know, you look.
He's got an opportunity, hasn't he? With you know, signed with Hearns. He's going to make money now.
Hopefully,
he's back with him, and he was there. He was there before, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I think he was there before. Yeah.
Yeah, so making money again after going to our big Frank.
But you know, I think Frampton putting on some brilliant shows last year.
He did actually, to be fair. I think it benefited him having no crowds. He doesn't normally get them anyway. Remember the days of applying for his little competitions and getting free tickets.
Yeah, he used to win every other week, didn't you, Scott?
Yeah, I know, it was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't. His £40 tickets normally are pretty shy, but when they're free, I'll take it. I'll go to.
It always turn out. The main ring, the final ring walk would be at 2 a.m. in the morning, wouldn't it? In central London. Yeah. So no one
unless you lived outside. Unless you lived outside, you haven't got a chance.
Yeah. Even if you live in a different borough, you can't get the tube back.
Exactly. Walk home.
Well done, Frank.
I'd give my left arm just to have one of them nights again right now, though.
Yeah. A York Hall evening, they're fantastic fights. Turn up, pay a tenner, or 30 quid, let's say. And you don't know what fights you're going to see. You should get some right crackers.
Did we go to one on a Sunday afternoon, actually?
I think we did, and there was that with Joe?
Was it Sunday? I might have been Saturday. Yeah, Joe Mullender. I loved him as well.
Joe Mullender, legend, and his supporter. Always want to meet that man.
That was his brother.
Oh, was it? Oh, I have to find him.
Yeah.
Invite him on the podcast.
So, do you think, you know, this week's, show, obviously, it's not the best. It's the first one of the year. You know, going to be honest, Hope Price, Selfa Barrett, I'm interested in them fights, but, the rest of them, it's... Yeah. Is anyone really going to be bothered?
It's not one I'm going to be rushing to watch, if I'm being
no,
honest.
I'll watch it, but
if it's on, I'm guessing it's not a pay-per-view, is it?
No. It's not.
Yeah. Well, you never know with Eddie Hearn, do you?
Yeah, Zelfa Barrett against Martinez. I'm looking forward to that, but it's definitely not pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for Avanesian against Kelly in the friendly. That's going to be a wicked fight.
Yes.
The whole card, it's got Florian Marco on as well. I think he's, brilliant, to be honest. And, I don't know. It's just something about his him in his interviews. I just find him really entertaining and quite dry.
No, absolutely, I agree. No, that's going to be
a bit like Joe Joyce.
That's just dry.
Beast. Yeah.
Good fighter. Yeah.
He is. That's. I think that was one of the best shows, of last year. The George Dubois show.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
That was good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, really good show.
It's. I will put, hand on heart, say that I would have told everyone Joe George was going to win. No one.
I had Joyce to win that.
No,
I did think the bar was another. I thought the bar was another hype job. And people look at George Joyce's record, who he's beat. He's beaten Joe Joyce. Don't you call him Joyce Joe?
Keep going.
How many beers you had?
Yeah, one. No, Joe Joyce, people who Joe Joyce have fought with previously, people just ignored that and thought, the bar's a big, strong, muscly looking guy, quick car punch coming in. And he couldn't land a punch on him.
Yeah, I know he's
Till his eye fell
Romain
off.
Stavern is, you know, he fought Romain Stavern. He's a former world champion. But, you know, to put him in with Romain Stavern, you know, as a relative novice pro, that's absolutely mental.
Yeah, Stavern's a good fighter.
Yeah,
He's past his best days, isn't he? But
Yeah. No, that was good. Definitely a good card. I did enjoy it, but I thought Dubois was going to win that. I don't particularly like it. I prefer Joyce, but I just thought it was going to be one of them pretty boring fight, and then just a big swinger from Dubois and KO. But it was quite the
opposite, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was eye falling off or whatever happened.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was quite clinical. It was just jab, 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 jab.
Yeah, he's just a robot, isn't he? Just a robot. Just keeps going and going and going.
English version of Klitschko.
Yeah, no, it could well be. Whoever he fights next, if it is going to be Usyk, then that would be a good fight, I think.
I think that's a difficult fight for Usyk. Really
that's a really good fight.
I think you watch, like, those jabs have got to be like a brick wall hitting you.
Yeah.
You know, he must jab a lot harder than a lot of your general heavyweight fighters.
Man, he's, you know, Joyce has improved massively since, you know, they fought in the World Series of boxing. And, you know, that's over 5 rounds. You know, it'd be over 12 if it was for the interim world title.
Yeah, that's going the distance, isn't it?
Yeah, and
I think it's a good scrap.
And Usyk is mustard, but he's been mustard for years. You know.
Yeah.
Has he improved since their fight? Yes. Has he improved as much as Joyce? Probably not, because Joyce had more to improve on.
I think as well, we need to see more of Usyk at heavyweight. You know, we've seen one fight, haven't we? Unless we're only 2 cruiserweights who have gone up and won the heavyweight title. People don't understand how difficult that is to do. You know, Usyk's great at cruiserweight, but it's a whole different level going up to heavyweight. You know, and the big guards up there. And Joyce will tower above Usyk.
You think, you know, cruiserweight, you know, getting in the ring, they're probably weighing like 15 to 16 stone.
Yeah.
You know,
the lightest
like
heavyweights are 16.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, you know, he gets in the ring 18, 19 stone. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know,
Andy Ruiz at 20 stone.
Hey,
bring back Value-Ev.
It was a proud day for all fat men around the world when he beat AJ. It was a bittersweet. I was happy a fellow fat man was world champion.
I think our friend Pete was very upset when Anthony Joshua lost that fight, wasn't he? Onto his tissues.
And he put on more weight and got beaten fairly heavily in the rematch, didn't he?
Yeah, I can't believe the whole world got Catfish on social media with Ruiz putting pictures of that is looking trim. And he gets in the ring and he put his freestyle heavy or something.
You kind of think between the fights, did he become an Instagram influencer and he's lost all this weight?
Yeah, what a boy.
You've used a filter, definitely.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Something about and start using filters. Yeah, getting back to this weekend, obviously, you know, like Scott said, you know, Lara's a bit of an unknown quantity. It's you know, I've you know, followed boxing since I can remember. You know, getting up as a little kid to watch you know, Prince Nassim Hammond, and there's not many boxers I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah, I look at his box record, I'm like, I don't even know who anyone has bloody fought, let alone.
Has he even fought out of Mexico or anything like that?
I don't think he has.
I don't know a lot about him.
Yeah, I had a quick look, obviously, as well, like you did, but I didn't look at the locations of the fights or anything. Just a quick scan of the names, and I didn't recognise any of them.
No, neither did I.
But yeah, I don't know if he's fought out of Mexico or wherever he fights out of. I don't know if he's fighting out of America or anything like that, but yeah, one of them.
I'm gonna have a quick look actually. Series.
Yeah, it's just part of me thinks, you know, what if it's going to be AJ Ruiz all over again? You know, talk about Ruiz, you know, reminds me of it. Because, you know, last minute replacement opponent, you know, could he really get up for him, you know? He wants pictures with him at the press conferences, all happy, smiley, happy to be there. And I was watching on IFL earlier, you know, Eddie doing, talking to Josh Warrington and Lara on stage. Josh was saying all the right things, but his body language was a bit.
Does he look like a skeleton yet?
No, do you know what? He doesn't. He doesn't look too drained.
Wait till that weigh-in.
It's crazy how he can do it.
Yeah, he looks horrendous, but gets improved, doesn't it?
Yeah, 24 hours later though, he looks fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't be a boxer.
Yeah, no,
to do all that. Couldn't be bothered to do that.
That was it. Jorge Masvidal in the UFC took a fight on 6 days' notice, wasn't it, for the title? He cut 20 pounds. 20 pounds in 6 days.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
It's seriously dangerous.
I think boxing's quite good at weight cutting though. They have enough divisions to.
It's about 15, isn't there?
Yeah, so there's enough there to kind of. Yeah, you won't have a. Let's say you won't have a 165er dropping down to 145. It just doesn't really happen, does it?
No.
Which is good.
Yeah, no, I think this weekend will be. It's something to get the ball rolling, isn't it?
I'm hyped for it. Just if any boxing to watch right now isn't,
yeah,
going to be happy.
Haven't we got Dylan White-Povetkin rematch? Is that next week?
No, that's
March. Is it
Feb?
It's Feb. Yeah, I don't know. It's February or March.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in February, aren't we? I thought we were in January then. Jesus, yeah, no, it's in March. Pretty sure it's in March now.
Yeah, it's March the 6th. But,
there we go then, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Parker's fighting the end of the month, though.
Oh, you've got to love Joe Parker.
That's an intro. Who's he got again? I remember seeing that.
Is he fighting in the States?
I think it's an alright fight.
I thought he'd relocated to the States, Joseph Parker.
Well, he trains out there most of the time, doesn't he? But I think New Zealand's been very strict with their borders. So, I think I'd imagine he's done most of his training in New Zealand for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. But he can't get out, so yeah.
But the fight
I'm sure it's
is
a
in New
fight.
Zealand. And guess what? You can buy tickets and go and watch.
I didn't realise he fought on the 11th of December last year in New Zealand, Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
Who was that against? So just getting him out, I'd imagine.
Junior Farr, whoever that is.
That's who he's fighting this Saturday.
Is he?
Not this Saturday. Saturday the 27th. Sorry.
It might have been moved then.
Yeah, and it's.
It's also been moved, isn't it?
I don't know him anyway, so.
I give my.
To be fair, the start.
They're lucky.
Definitely.
They get to have fans in attendance.
That'd be nice, yeah. The start. I think we got to just realise the fact that the start of this year, obviously with them trying to sort out everything all over the world, all the boxing promoters and that, trying to get on the shows that they can for paying the boxers, and no fans coming in, so that money is obviously limited. The start of this year is going to be nothing too special, I don't think. You obviously got the ones that have been rearranged, like obviously Kelly and with the Povetkin White and all that sort of thing, that they're going to be on still. But then like fights like this, first one this weekend is just going to be let's get boxing back going again and let's see what happens. And to be fair, it wouldn't even be a bad thing for Warrington, but won't be it'd be good boxing in a way if there is a big upset this weekend, because you get people talking about it, because it's like we've spoken about it since the start, saying that it's just going to be a bit of a nothing fight just to get him going. So if there is an upset, then would it be a bad thing? I don't know, because Warrington's going to be up there still, but it'll be certainly interesting.
But yeah, there will be a 100% rematch clause, wouldn't there, with Matchroom if he continues as usual.
Or he'll just spin him off again and send him to Frank.
A lot of people slag off, the rematch clauses and that, but I think
you need him.
Yeah, Eddie's got a job to protect his fighter's earning potential. You know my feelings on the belts. I don't think belts make a fight. I think if it's the best versus the best, there's no belts on the line. I don't care. I'll still going to watch it.
We had this conversation the other day, weren't we? Yeah, that's the big thing with the Fury Joshua fight.
It adds massive value for the casual audience, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No, of course it does. Yeah, because then if you've got the casual fan that doesn't know anything about it, and like like for example, like you just said, you could say Fury and Joshua. You could tell 9 out of 10 people on the street that fight's going to happen, and they'll be like, "Oh, great! Like, I'll probably watch that." But if you then add it's the world heavyweight title, or even have any random people fighting for it because it's got that title, it does make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
But
especially when it's the undisputed, unified.
I think for
exactly, yeah.
I think for a fight like that, the belts do matter in this case because we've not had was the last unified heavyweight champion was Lennox Lewis. That's got to be nearly 20 years ago now. So I think especially this fight is a big significant fight with the belts as well. But I agree. I think there should be one belt, the Ring Magazine.
Yeah.
If I'm
He's
being
supposed
honest.
to be looking at it, isn't he? He's supposed to. Eddie's going to take over boxing soon. I'm sure of it.
I think it's going to be difficult.
He's supposedly trying to sort out, like he said about his plans for this year, where they are going to possibly look at the whole UFC kind of shape, which does make sense. Obviously, we all love the way that's run.
And I hope he does.
Yeah,
and
yeah, so do I.
The UFC shape works because you get the fights you want to see. You know.
Yeah,
and there's still you can't duck, you can't.
The way they've got it. Is it the English one that's like Bellator or something?
Yeah.
Exactly. So people still get scouted in a way from these organisations which you can be signed to. So why not bring that into boxing?
Yeah,
exactly. Look at Conor McGregor. He started in Cage Warriors.
Yeah.
Look at him, the biggest star. Yes, he's had a couple of losses and that, and wasn't great in his last fight, but he knows why supposedly. So
he's probably one of the biggest stars in combat sports
ever.
Ever.
He was massive. That period between, when he was fighting Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo, he was the biggest sportsman on the planet, easily.
Yeah. And he still will be, even if he does make this cross into boxing that he keeps on saying he's going to do.
If anyone wants to disagree, just remind yourself you probably paid to watch him get his ass whooped by Mayweather. He made millions of people tune in to watch that fight for a reason.
Yeah. And have belief that he was going to win.
Yeah.
I think people would have loved it if he because wasn't it in the contract if he used any for example if he'd done a roundhouse kick and lost it, everyone would have loved to see him do that to Mayweather.
Can you imagine?
we was talking about that. We was talking about at the shop though. It was like, I don't care if he gets disqualified. It would just be amazing to see him roundhouse kick.
Just walloped him.
It would have been great.
I do think that's probably one of the best boxing conferences I've seen with Mayweather. McGregor going back and forth with Mayweather Senior. I thought that was fantastic.
That's as much as people don't like it or they love it. Boxing needs that.
It does, yeah.
You look at UFC. They hold similar press conferences to Matchroom Boxing or BP Sports and Frank Warren, but it's just every now and then a massive fight comes along, and I think the boxing fans and massively the casual audience are craving that because we've been in and out lockdown for nearly a year now, and like Scott says, there's only a limited amount of money when there's no audience.
Yeah. It's obviously getting the pot's getting smaller as this time goes on. So like I said, I think the first few months there are going to be obviously cards most weeks, or going into however long this takes. It's going to be average, and then when we do start going in there, then we'll be able to go into stadiums, halls, whatever. Then it will certainly pick up.
Yeah, I mean, I do think they can make the fight. The big fight still behind closed doors. Only point to example of Lopez v Lomachenko. That was a massive fight. Done massive pay-per-view sales. And that was the fight boxing needed at the time last year. It really did need it.
That was a great fight.
Yeah.
But who saw that coming?
Not me. No.
I didn't.
I thought Lopez was good, but I didn't expect that. But I mean, he's that's what's great around there. You've got that pool of young fighters. I know some of them in the same division, some of them, they're all divisions close to each other. Your Devin Haney's, your Tanks, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia, for example, he took that fight with Luke Campbell because of what had just happened, what Teofimo Lopez had just done. He took the big fight.
I
and it's
did not
made other
give-
boxers want to do that.
I
Or need
didn't
to do
give,
it as such.
Ryan Garcia much hope for that fight. You know, obviously, I really like Luke Campbell. He seems like a really nice lad. He's always, you know, nice guy in interviews. Every time he stepped up to the highest level, yes, he lost. But I thought that experience would be enough, you know, for him to give Ryan Garcia a hard night. Then when he dropped him, I was like, that's it, fight's over.
Yeah.
And then Ryan
I mean,
Garcia bit down on that gum shield and he steamrolled him until he finished.
that's the only thing over Ryan Garcia, because, you know, Campbell is not known for knocking people out. He's not known for knocking people down. So when Garcia does get in these big fights with the Lopezes, with the Haneys, with the Gervonta Davises, yeah, that part of him is, you know, people know they can put him down now. People didn't know that beforehand. Yeah, it's going to be in his head. Same thing with Tyson Fury. You know, people know now you cannot hit him. You can hit him as hard as you want. He's got up, what, 3 times?
He can hit himself.
He can hit himself as well.
That's the thing. He wasn't really known as a puncher for a period of his career. You know, like we started watching him when he first went pro, and yeah, he was fighting, you know, journeyman, so to speak. But he was putting them over, knocking them down, knocking them out, finishing them.
Yeah.
You know. And then, obviously, when he started training with his Uncle Peter after his Uncle Huey, you know, sadly passed away, his style changed massively. Then he got with Ben Davis and his style changed a bit more. Now he's with Sugar and his style
It's completed now,
again.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just,
you know.
it's a complete style for him. For me.
You know, I think the change of trainers it's made him a complete fighter.
Yeah. And he had to do it the hard way, didn't he? Just, you know, with Mick Hennessy Promotions, he couldn't. I think he was mandatory for Klitschko about 3 times, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He just couldn't get the fight made.
No. Well, yeah, that's. Then when he did get the fight made, there was mattresses under the bloody canvas.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the main thing. Don't lie to travellers. We'll
should-
catch you out.
You know, you say that, but the thing is, you know, it's in the history. You know, the Furies are a fighting family, all of them. You know, Peter Fury, John Fury. You know, obviously John wasn't there, but
Otley Gorman,
yeah,
Nathan Gorman.
You know, they've been around boxing their whole life. You think they're not going to check the bloody canvas?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's a really
yesterday.
good interview with David Hay, actually. Do you remember that night he fought Klitschko over in Hamburg? It rained the whole time. And he was just saying little mental things Klitschko would do. So the ring walk, Klitschko's walk, you know, the whole dry ring walk. David Hay's come out another end. He's basically walking through the River Thames, walking to the
he's
ring.
walking through puddles.
And
isn't
yeah,
he?
there was probably canvassing. There's probably extra mattresses under the canvas.
Yeah.
And I reckon that. I honestly think that was happening for years until the Furies called them out on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
But
would
it's
have been
like
definitely.
when Hay fought Chisora, he wore shower caps over his boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Didn't
he
even
obviously,
notice that.
yeah, he obviously learnt his lesson, didn't he?
Mm.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think it was the first thing I noticed when I watched that fight. I was like, he's not going to make the same mistake twice. And then when he had trainers on, I was like, when's he going to put his boots on there?
Come out in football boots next time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right, so I reckon we should wrap that up in a minute, and then I reckon maybe Sunday or Monday, when we can arrange it, talk about what happens.
Yeah.
Because
Yep, so.
I'm interested, you know, as much as it could be a nothing fight, I am
Yeah.
interested to see, you know, how is he going to look after this much time out the ring? Is he going to be mentally up for it?
Will it?
Yeah.
What will he look like without the crowd behind him as well?
Yeah,
the Ellen Road
yeah.
crowd, because it's at Wembley, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wembley Arena
You
So obviously
think,
he's not had a fight without a crowd, has he? Been 15
for,
months.
for a
now,
long
obviously.
time. Yeah.
no,
So
like,
if he's been out 15 months, we've only been in this 10, 11 months. So
Yeah,
he
11
would have. So yeah, so he hasn't fought without a crowd yet.
no, and you know, yes, he started off, you know, on the Dennis Hopkins show, he's worked his way up. But, you know, he's had, you know, 3, you know, big fights back to back before this, all domestic fights, all with a massive, crowd. Now, how is it going to affect him? I'm, quite interested in the psychological side of it all.
Yeah,
because
we've got. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say I couldn't imagine fighting in front of thousands of people because I've never done it. I never will do it. But I imagine fighting in a very empty, quiet place, and the stakes are just as high, but you have that crowd pushing you on. That's got to be really hard.
It's fantastic to watch from a fan point of view, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. You can hear all the punches. It's great.
And the trash talk you can hear, which is brilliant. I really want to watch Nate Diaz fight behind closed doors. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
That would be brilliant.
But also, if we do catch up on Sunday, Monday, whatever. The other one, obviously looking forward to. I presume it's Chief undercard being Barrett and Martinez. I think that'll be. It's good to see. It'll be good to see. Good to see that fight anyway. To be honest, and see. There was obviously levels. Martinez on the way down. Clearly, has been for a good few years now. But a good little 1-2.
Oh, is that Kiko Martinez fighting?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it's up for Barrett. See where he's at. He's a decent fighter, and we'll just see. Yeah, it's a good little. It's someone to have on the record, isn't it? Whether they're declining or not, it's still a name.
Yeah, Martinez just fought the best of the best, isn't he?
Exactly. Well, he's had all of them there, hasn't he? No, he has had all three of them: Selby, Warrington, and Frampton, hasn't he?
And Scott Quigg.
Oh, did he? Well, I obviously forgot that because that would have been boring as fuck.
I think Scott Quigg, believe it or not, knocked him out.
Oh, actually, no, I remember. I think he did.
Yeah, no, he did knock him out.
Yeah.
I said we should do a podcast one day on the most boring boxing cards of Vintage. Me and Scott went to one where it was Quigg v someone followed by Ricky Burns.
Oh God, Ricky Burns.
With an hour and a half gap in between the fights.
Was that up in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Because that was when we took Ryan, wasn't it? Ryan and John, and we were like, we love boxing nights. And
Ryan hated it, didn't he?
Honestly, it was the worst card you could take.
That was the worst card. And then Ricky Burns started box for 12 rounds in the most boring fight. I think we had about 4 beers during the fight because we just got up another one. This is shit. And Ryan fell asleep. He was drunk from the night before, to be fair, but.
Yeah, we went to the pub at 7 a.m. and he thought it'd be a good idea to drink all day and then go to the bottles. It's boring. No, you've had too much to drink, right? It was a boring card though, but not as bad as Cleverley Belly. That was
the second fight. Oh.
The second fight. The fight wasn't great, was it?
That was awful. No.
Even Eddie rips Belly to this day about that fight being crap.
Yeah, I bet he went through everything to try and make it again. To make it and hype it all up and everything like that, and he gave him a shit show.
But the best part of that was Cleverley calling for a third fight, wasn't it? It's like nobody wants to see this again.
Yeah, it was just people throwing shit.
It was funny, wasn't it? The interview the week before with Nathan Covey, and he sat in a fish and chip shop eating pie and mash. You're fighting for a big career to find and you're having pie and mash the week before.
Yeah, I remember that. That's back in the when they still had ringside on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, what a show!
Have you seen Cleverley recently, by the way?
He's gone quiet.
I stopped following his Instagram, but I think he's nuts. Like he's actually gone. Like I think his actual head's gone. He seems like he's got a problem. He's quite bad.
He got a big payday, didn't he? Because his last fight was on the undercard of McGregor Mayweather against Badu Jack. So he's obviously got that fight, probably got a load of money, and he's gone and enjoyed it in Cardiff.
No, I think he seems like I stopped following him, like I said, but before that he seems like number one he's got an issue, but I think it might be in like Spain or something like that. It's always hot anyway, just from his pictures now. But he looks like unfortunately a boxer that's possibly suffered from after. He just seems not in a great shape, to be honest. But I enjoyed watching him.
Yeah, I enjoyed. Yeah, it was a shame when he got knocked out by Kovalev, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was
I genuinely thought he had a bit of a chance when he went into that fight.
Well, that's what put Kovalev on the map, didn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I think watching that was just a bit of a routine defence carry on. But it definitely wasn't that night.
He was done with it. Second round, was it?
I don't know, but he did definitely, definitely done him.
Yeah.
So I hope we haven't bored everyone to tears, or I hope provided some entertainment for someone. Barbershop boxing talk. It's just
someone out there in the lockdown world.
Yeah, they might have the same thoughts as us. So hopefully we'll get together Sunday or Monday. We'll get another video up and talk about what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully it'll provide more entertainment than I'm expecting, but not too much because I still want Josh Warrington to win.
Yeah,
I want to see him go chase some big fights. So
what's your prediction then? We may as well do this each time, won't we?
Yeah, might as well. I think the same as Rob. 12 round.
Yeah, 12 round Warrington. I reckon he'll win it convincingly by 3 rounds, 2 to 3 rounds, 4 rounds.
I reckon.
I'm only saying that as well because it's a Matchroom card.
I say he's at home as well. I thought you'd have gone bigger than that.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think he'll win.
Like a 120.
I don't reckon he'll win. Every round, or I don't even think he'll win 10 rounds. I reckon it. 7 or 8 rounds he'll win, because I just imagine the.
Oh yeah, I reckon he'll win by 4 rounds, 4 rounds. If I'm being honest, but.
I'll go opposite then. I'll go opposite. This Mexican geezer's going to knock him out.
Going to spark him.
Doing him.
And then he's going to get done for doping a month later and fail the drug test.
Comes in looking like the Hulk.
Is that Tony Thompson, is he?
He can do what John Jones done and hide under the ring while USADA come in to test you.
No, we'll go with that then.
All right,
this Mexican kid's going to win.
And we'll meet back here on Sunday, Monday, and see what's happening.
Let's go for
Brilliant.
All right, wicked.
Cool.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Nice.